And we're back going with game 2. This time, Asuka is going into Jewel Knights. Ashley build, which I'm gonna say right now, Ashley versus anything that retires as the mechanic is a horrible matchup. Ashley can't deal with anything that takes her field away because Jewel Knights need their field. Salome is worse, but Ashley needs a unit to lock in order to get her ability off, and as we already saw in game 1, this deck can massively decrease field. So, oh my god. Oh my god, I just realized Ryoken's hand. He has the perfect setup to end the game in his opening hand. Ryoken is the type of card fighter who will plan everything out with his first draw and mulligan. And if he's doing that now, then I can tell you that this match pretty much could end on break ride. By the way, I technically could speed up these recordings by doing like speed 2 or speed 3 or whatnot with the replay, but I'm doing it at normal speed 1 to make it seem more natural, and also because I wouldn't have much time to commentate if this was sped up. I really wouldn't. They're just deciding who's going first, so I'll just say the main reason why I'm doing this alone and why Rose and Mythos aren't with me is because, well, it's more of a timing issue than anything else. I'll just say it was a timing issue. Anyway, the match starts and Ryoken rides the perfect guard. He has two Shukis in hand. I always think that's a stupid name for a unit, but it's what it is. He doesn't want to ride any of them because he wants to have them in rear for what's going to happen later. Asaka rides Arwen. If I was her, I would actually ride the. I think her name is Tracy, but it doesn't matter because she drove chicken Arwen anyway. As long as she has at least one. But still, because this deck retires, I would save whatever I could. You know, if I was Asuka in this situation. At the same time, I don't do Jewel Knights, so we'll see what happens. And at grade 2, Ryoken is going all in. Because he drew a perfect guard, he has the ability to guard one attack if he needs to. But whatever happens, it doesn't seem like he's gonna need to. Yeah, and Asuka realizes she can't guard that attack, so Heloise is gonna die because Rinshu is not gonna allow it to live. And as a result of that, these two are gonna gain 3k. So that's a 15k. She could 5k to block, which she does. And this is unblockable. At least by the standards of her hand. She rides Tilda. She actually didn't have a choice that time. And she wants Sherry to kill Shuki so that no more retire shenanigans are going to happen. He allows it. She attacks with Tilda. He no passes, probably fearing a critical or something, but to be honest, he could have saved that guard. He could have, but it didn't matter. So Ignition Dragon, its plus 2k only happens when you have more rear guards than your opponent, which is the case now. By the way, Jewel Knight should never have less rear guards than Narukami, because if that's happening, then you're basically fighting an uphill battle. And then Ryoken goes for the rear just to take out as many of Asuka's rears as possible. He wants to make her getting a full field as difficult as possible. Because you know that is the end goal of the Jewel Knight deck, is to swarm with a bunch of field. And now Asuka, for some reason, doesn't know if she drew or not. She didn't, by the way. Don't know why her deck flashed green there. Doesn't really matter. And she played a Ashley just to lock it. Don't know how I feel about that. Now the worst thing she can do right now is call Arwen. Because he wants to retire stuff. She knows he wants to retire stuff. And then she ends her turn. He's at 3 damage, and that's a problem. Because now Ryoken can retire 3 units with a Counterblast 2 on Break Ride. Then again, her Limit Break would allow her to get to deal with it, but still. Okay, so here's a problem. That's 20k to her 11. 10k to 1 pass. Her hand is actually pretty bad. 3 5k is a grade 3 and Ashley reverse. And she perfect guards. Honestly, the best thing she could have done in that situation is no guard and hope no criticals appear. Because if a critical appears, she'd all but lose anyway. Miranda gets attacked because she has way too much synergy with Ashley as his Vanguard. Sorry if I hit the mic. And an attack, and Asuka takes that attack. Now, there's a right way to do it from here and a wrong way to do it. I have a feeling Asuka just chose the wrong way, because she should have moved Ashley up, called Sherry, called Arwen, and then locked and done Limit Break. That's what should have happened. Because she actually has to win now. She has to win this turn or she's dead. And that heal trigger, while it doesn't give power, it means that her other units can't hit without triggers. So she actually has to double trigger to hit twice, and that's if he no guards. And she goes for the rear. There's no good reason to do that, unfortunately. Even not knowing the hand, she should be able to realize at this point that she has to win this turn or she loses the match. Because if he break rides anything, then Shuki becomes near unblockable for her. Not counting if it's Gauntlet Buster, which she's already seen him do. The draw trigger helps, though. But she has nothing but 5k shields. She has 35k worth of shields in hand and an intercept to make 40. But the intercept means nothing because Break Ride. She could retire the 2 Ashleys and keep the intercept, which she does. But the damage has been done. He has one more unit they can call, and then that Counterblast 2 kills the last unit, and then all of a sudden, she can't guard. That brings him up to 3,037 with boost. and she only has 35,000 worth of guard. She can block this, and she says, "Must I bust out my pails to beat you?" Pale moons are her main deck and her strongest. Honestly, don't know why she wasn't using pale moons in the first place after the first battle, but I think she started learning better. And she one passed again, and a critical trigger. The amount of heals it would take to survive that attack don't exist in Vanguard. There's one. There's two. If all four of her heals came out, she'd still take another damage. Understand that if all four of her heals came out, she'd still take another damage. But that's game 2. See you in game 3.